And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mufasa's Daily Book Reading at noon. It is Friday. We're jumping into the weekend. We are actually finished with the book that we were currently reading. And we were reading Stephen R. Covey's The Eighth Habit, right? It was a book about moving from effectiveness to greatness. I hope that you found wonderful gems along the way. And if you've missed any of the readings, you know that you will find them in a wonderful playlist for you on our YouTube channel. The link to our YouTube channel is in today's description of the live. So we have finished the book. However, there are wonderful questions that are most commonly asked that he's put in the book at the back of the book. So I'm going to read three of those until, of course, the 20 questions are done. And yeah, we are going to reflect on what we've read so far. And also, you can leave what you think resonates with you in the comments. Hello to everyone who's watching right now, and also hello to everyone who's going to be watching in the replay. Remember to leave your comments, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always share the wonderful information. My name is Mpomogwena and I am your reader today. So I'm not going to set the 10 minutes because I think we're going to be done in a little less than 10 minutes. So the first question, I'm going to jump into it, is I find it almost impossible for me to change my habits. Is this realistic? Am I unique? And his response is, you are not alone. Let me explain why. And I think we all sort of face this from time to time. You're not alone. Let me explain why. Perhaps you remember or have seen in a more recent video or movie the film clips showing the lunar voyage of Apollo 11. Those of us who witnessed it were absolutely transfixed. We could hardly believe our eyes when we saw men walking on the moon. Where do you think the most power and energy was expended on that journey into space? Going a quarter of a million miles to the moon, returning to the Earth, orbiting the moon, separating the redocking and lunar and command modules, lifting off the moon? No, not any of these. Not even in all these together. It was lifting off from Earth. More energy was spent in the few minutes of liftoff from Earth, in the first few miles of travel, than was used on 500,000 miles for 7 days. Wow. The gravity pulls off those first few miles was enormous. It took an internal thrust greater than both the pull of gravity and atmosphere resistance to finally break out into the orbit. But once they did break out, it took almost no power to do all those other things. In fact, when one of the astronauts was asked how much power was expended when the lunar module separated from the command module to go down and survey the moon, he answered, less than the breath of a baby. I love it. So easy. This lunar voyage provides a powerful metaphor for describing what it takes to break out of old habits and create new ones. The gravity force of Earth could be compared to deeply embedded habits, tendencies programmed by genetics, environment, parents, and other significant figures. The weight of Earth's atmosphere could be compared to the wider societal and organizational cultures we are a part of. These are two powerful forces, and you must have an internal will that is stronger than both of these forces in order to make liftoff happen. But does it? But once it does happen, you will be amazed at the freedom it gives you. During liftoff, astronauts have very little freedom or power. All they can do is carry out the program. But as soon as they pull away from the gravity of the Earth and the atmosphere surrounding it, they experience an unbelievable surge of freedom, and they have many, many options and alternatives. If you will simply start down the pathway of finding your voice and inspiring others to find theirs and stick with it, you will develop the power of this new habit to grow and change in today's world of tremendous challenge, complexity, and opportunity. So it's just in the liftoff, and then it's easy cruising, steady cruising. So, question two. In one sense, I'm very excited and intrigued by what you're teaching, but in another sense, I question whether I can do it. This is Steve's answer. That is very honest, but I suggest you ask two other questions first before attempting to deal with the competency question. The first one is, should I do it? That is a value question. The second one is, do I want to do it? Should I do it? Do I want to do it? That is a motivational question and deals with your unique voice and passion. If you can answer yes to those two questions, then look at the question, can I do it? That's a competency question, and that deals with getting the proper training and education. Do not confuse the three questions. Don't try to answer a value question with a training question, a motivation question with a value answer, or a competency question with a motivation answer. Think clearly and carefully about the three questions. Can I do it? Do I want to do it? Should I do it? Keep them separate so you can identify the best starting point. That is lovely. That is great. So let me know, where would you start? So you start with the can I do it? Do I want to do it? Should I do it? I mean, the can I do it is a competency question. So should I do it is a value question. Should I? Should I not? Should I? And do I want to do it? I think that is the most powerful one here for me. Do I want to do it? You know. Then the third one is, why is leadership such a hot topic today and will forever be a hot topic? This is Steve's answer. The new economy is based primarily on knowledge work. That means that wealth has migrated from money and things to people, both intellectual and social capital. In fact, our greatest financial investment is in knowledge workers. Knowledge work has gravitated from arithmetic to both exponential and geometric contribution potential. And this kind of intellectual and social capital is the key to leveraging or optimizing all other investments. Furthermore, the industrial age management control style and people as expense systems are becoming increasingly obsolete and or dysfunctional because of the competitive forces of the market. There's also a growing awareness that the human dimension, particularly with the trust level, right? Because trust is the glue of all organizations and all relationships. It is the root source of all problems, right? When there's a lack of trust. The soft stuff is the hard stuff, and everyone is coming to know it. That is why leadership is the highest of all arts. It is the enabling art. And we're going to end the reading today. We've been reading for 8 minutes, and I think that was actually an absolutely amazing time to just cap our reading there. I will obviously see you on Monday for our reading. I'm going to read the next 3 questions and just have a little chat about them. Remember, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Goodbye.